recording you, Jordan. So we had 3 good training sessions together with Greco. What'd you gain from those?
A ton of perspective. And so like I just recorded a bunch of stuff that I learned from you, Lin, and then from Amir. It's just positioning and just subtle differences. Like in freestyle, you're always digging and grinding and holding and squeezing. It takes a lot of tenseness and a lot of energy to do, but really your footwork and the way you maneuver your hands and position your body and your hips makes it a lot easier. I mean, it's still hard, but it makes it easier from the stuff that we're doing. I'm used to keeping my hips back, fighting out of positions, but now that I can challenge guys here, hopefully in the future it'll make me a better and more complete wrestler.
Do you think this would be value for young guys to study both Greco and freestyle?
Absolutely. Because there are a lot of guys that are going to tie you up, especially for me. They want to slow me down and tie me up, but now I've got alternatives to just lowering my level, clearing out and taking shots. So it'll be huge.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach. Kyle Snyder, world champ, best in the world, and he's in the room trying to get better at training Greco. Why is that, Kyle?
Especially with my style, I'm not as comfortable in the over/under and parts of offense and defense part of wrestling. So for me to be able to come in here and train with some of the best Greco guys in the world, best in the nation, it's helped me a ton and helped me be more aware of where my body should be in those positions.
Specifically, what were 1 or 2 key things you got?
Just how to lower my level and get my hips in when I have underhooks and 2-on-1s. And today I learned a lot about parterre defense, digging my toes into the mat, keeping my butt and lower back flexed, and my head, in between this V range of my arms.
Okay, so doing a little cross training Greco, you think would make any wrestler a better freestyle wrestler?
For sure, any wrestler a better freestyle. Any wrestler just a better wrestler overall, folk style, freestyle, and obviously Greco.
All right, buddy. Thanks. It's great working with you.
Thank you.
I'm here with Kyle Dake. He's the #1 ranked 86 kilo guy in freestyle. We've got to work together quite a bit doing some Greco training. What do you like about it?
I just love that it's a little bit of a change up. I get to learn different positions. The intricacies of, maybe just an underhook or a Russian tie are vastly different in Greco than it is in freestyle, but it still applies to freestyle. And it's just huge for me to come in here and be able to train with some Greco guys and have great coaching and just be able to get better.
All right, would you recommend this for young guys? I think that's an obvious question, but
yeah, if you can wrestle freestyle and Greco, it's going to totally help your folk style game. I know a lot of you guys out there are looking to go to college somewhere, but if you can wrestle freestyle and Greco, you're going to be much, much better, and you should definitely cross train with Greco.
Well, what's going on out at Finger Lakes Wrestling Club?
We got a little bit of change happening. We got another Greco coach, Ahad's out there, and we got some guys who are planning on training some Greco, which is really good, and we're really excited for it.
All right, thanks, Kyle. So we did 3 Greco practices together with the freestyle. What was your thoughts on those workouts?
It was great. We learned a lot of just key little points. When you get to this level, kind of things are just all about attention to detail. So me being particularly new to freestyle, it's definitely been great working with the Greco guys, keeping my hips down, keeping my hips and pressure on the lock, learning how to clear ties, especially underhooks. I had a lot of trouble with that in the World Championships. 2-on-1s and just a kind of different kind of focus on freestyle. I mean, wrestling in general, but from a Greco aspect, and I think it helped a lot, especially in the parterre.
Yeah, Robert Kogesh was out here training Greco with me, and he said, man, I wish I knew this stuff when I was wrestling folk style.
Oh, yeah. I think it definitely translates over well for both folk style and freestyle. And the positioning, just like I said, 2-on-1s and underhooks, especially in folk style wrestling, it's good. And to keep your position and sense of awareness of where you're at on the mat, it helps a lot.
Would you recommend young guys train both Greco and freestyle?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you're new to sport, you train both. You get a feel for both the sports. They can help you in both in all your situations, and you get you're just a better overall wrestler. Greco's making freestyle better, and freestyle's making Greco better.
Did you improve on your parterre defense?
Oh yeah, definitely a lot. For sure.
All right, man. Thanks. It's good having you out here.
Thank you.
Jake, our world team member at 86 kilo this year. You were in here training Greco with us 3 times this last week.
Absolutely. Something I don't know, 2008 when I took my first Olympic redshirt year, I went up to the US OEC for 3 weeks to work out with the Greco guys. I mean, that was just unbelievable for my turns, for my pummeling, for everything. I mean, if you think you have like good lock and like strong ribs, go with Greco guys. You'll feel really weak and inferior.
So you'd recommend training for young guys coming up?
Always. I was really blessed with Ray Brinzer was one of my coaches. You know, he's a big Greco guy, so we did Greco every day. It was me, Coleman Scott. You know, we had Mark McKnight, we had Kurt Brenner, we had a ton of really good guys in there. But we would do Greco in every practice, and even today in our practices, we do 2 minutes of Greco live every single day. Upper body pummeling because it's so good to get. It's a different feel. You know, you're using your hips are in, you're stronger, and it's just so good to learn because it's going to help your wrestling in folk style, in freestyle, you know, everything else to make it better.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, no
Great
problem.
having
Thank
you
you.
out here training together.
Yeah, I went up there.
So we were out here this week for freestyle camp, but you trained some Greco this week. What was
Yeah,
that
we did.
about?
You know, just learning parterre defense, gut wrenches, an area where, you know, Greco really knows how to defend that kind of stuff since you can't fight hands or a lock. So we learned how to fight with our hips and with our body, which is good for us.
Okay, and we worked some stuff on the feet, tie-ups, clearing tie-ups. What'd you think about that stuff?
It was real good, different feels. You know, freestyle guys were probably a little lower, more pushing with their upper body than more of their hips. So, you know, different ways to clear out of things and do things. And it was pretty cool to see, you know, the difference between the freestyle and Greco and how you could use it to your style that you're wrestling.
It was pretty fun training. It was one team,
Yeah.
USA all together.
Yeah, it was
Would you
good.
recommend young guys do Greco or?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I did Greco growing up all the way till I got to high school pretty much. You know, really teach you how to hand fight, how to use tie-ups, control ties, 2-on-1s, underhooks, things like that. Especially freestyle when you're in a tight match. You know, you got a short time left, just controlling the positions, controlling the body. And so I think it's good to do both as you're growing up.
All right, man. Good having you out here.
Thanks.
All right, Bill. I know you see the value of Greco because you grew up training with me out in Oregon. So
Yeah.
we did some cross training this week. What did you think of those workouts?
It was awesome. It was great for our senior level teams to get together and train, learn from each other. A lot of great minds in our sport, so it's always great to share ideas and learn. And each of our disciplines are maybe strong in different characteristics, and we can bring those together and learn from the best of each other. It's a great thing.
So young guys coming up in the sport, what advice would you give them?
I would say wrestle. And so what I mean by that is I don't believe in 3 styles of wrestling. I believe that wrestling is wrestling. And so the more information that you can assimilate and learn, that's going to broaden your knowledge base, and you're going to have a wide base, just like a pyramid. So when you get to the top, you're going to have better skills, better fundamentals, better understanding of our sport in general to be successful no matter what speciality you choose, whether it's folk style, freestyle, or Greco. So Greco specifically, you learn how to move a guy with your body. You know, us freestylers and some of the folk style guys spend a little more time bent over, and we use our arms a lot. And instead of learning how to move an opponent with our body, moving our feet, using our core, our hips, which is the origin of movement, right? And if we can employ those tactics in freestyle and folk style, it really makes us much more successful and dynamic competitors. So it's a huge benefit. And then as a freestyler or a folk styler, we have a lot more level change and things like that we add to Greco. So it's a great blend of those two things.
Isn't it funny though how we say Greco we don't use our legs, but we probably use our legs more?
As much, it's maybe a little more subtle, right? But those legs, obviously, it's where your power is generated from your hips and your legs, so it's a huge part of it. It's just a little more subtle tactic and techniques you're using to move your opponent, to create a setup, to create an angle, to apply pressure so you get a reaction back. So yeah, I love it. And you always got the added benefit of bouncing some guy off their head, and so anytime you can do that for free, why wouldn't you?
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
All right.